So we're here with Nicole Arbour, YouTube superstar. Thank you for coming and have beers with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, Nicole,
Yes.
what's a pretty girl like you doing in a place like this?
I was invited by your show.
Oh God.
That's why I'm here.
I bet you could cheesy pickup lines like that all of the time.
Oh my God, pickup lines are the greatest. Sometimes I just like talk with a really gross accent back to them, and sometimes I just stare blankly, or sometimes I just start convulsing. Like I try and like creep the creepers. That's my favorite thing.
Creep the
Just like, oh, you're gonna
creepers?
creep me, I'm gonna creep you. And then yeah, sometimes just hump them, just like this until they stop.
Is that effective?
Yeah, it's so effective. You should try it.
I would absolutely, I can't imagine how many hilarious and hopeless pickup lines you've had from hapless straight men. So I'd like you to tell us something about them.
About those straight men. Oh
Or
gosh.
something about some of the most memorable pickup lines that have failed.
I think it's more the ones who don't ask me, they tell me. It's like, you're coming with me. And I'm like, did you take an online course that's teaching you how to be more aggressive with women? Because you need your fucking money back.
Okay, Nicole,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you are here without beer.
I know.
We're on a show called Beers.
I need a beer.
Jeff.
Nicole, let's talk. Do you
Okay.
want a beer or do you want a cider?
Let's beer me.
Beer me.
Yeah.
Bitter, British.
British.
Which is-
Harry Potter beer.
Every bottle would be. It does actually look like a medicinal bottle.
It does. Ooh, very Slytherin.
Very Slytherin. If you were in a Harry Potter house, which one would it be?
Oh my God, is that a question?
Yeah, this is a question.
Is that a question? What do you think I would be in? I have to ask you. Good pour.
He doesn't know. He probably hasn't
Thanks.
even watched Harry Potter.
Well, I've got a little.
Hufflepuff?
You're insulting me.
Gryffindor.
Thank you.
Every time.
Honestly. Honestly.
I don't know.
Calling me a Hufflepuff.
I feel like I'm a Hufflepuff.
Oh, no. Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not a Hufflepuff, though.
Hufflepuffs are like,
They're
"Ooh,
happy and like,
lovely.
oh, I'm part Hufflepuff.
I think you're part
I
Hufflepuff.
might be the trifecta, because I can be a little Slytherin-y, too.
Well, let's save that for later.
Okay, yours first.
Let's cheers to that.
Cheers. Thanks again, Nicole.
And thanks for getting me gluten-free.
Anytime.
So let's begin at the beginning.
Okay.
Where?
Which is traditionally where one would start, at the beginning.
Thank you, Jeff.
You guys are fun.
Where were you born and where did you grow up?
I was born in Hamilton, Ontario, the Hammer, and that's where I grew up.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's the Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on the West Man, Hamilton, born and raised. I'll stop there, but like that's where I'm from.
Okay. So Mother's Day's just passed.
Yes.
What would you say was one of the things that your mother taught you that stuck with you the most, that really stood you in good stead?
Work hard. Like me, if I got second place at a dance competition, now it might sound crazy in dance moms, which it a little bit was, but getting second place was like, okay, what, like it wasn't even a congratulations, it was what did you do wrong? What do you need to fix for next time?
Really?
And
So
it
kind of
was-
tough.
Yeah, it was tough. And so was my dad, like for sports, he was tough on that kind of stuff. My mom taught me, you know, work hard, work harder, and work harder than that. And it worked. Like one year I got 1 mark on a dance exam, and the next year I was the highest in the province. So it was put in the work and you get the results. So that's
Right.
what my mom taught
Which
me.
is about as true a lesson as you could learn in life.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah,
Nothing comes easily.
it's true.
So, Nicole, let's go back to the very first time you had a beer.
Okay.
You're 18 years old.
Yeah.
When you looked into the future
Mm-hmm.
and you imagined where you'd be and what you'd be doing,
Mm-hmm.
what did you picture then?
I knew it was entertainment. I knew it. I knew it was either stage or screen or TV stuff, but I didn't know YouTube existed. Like it
Of
didn't
course.
exist yet, so that wasn't there. But it's the same stuff. I've always had one goal and that's it. Yeah.
Amazing.
Thanks.
I saw you in an interview. You talked about how you use YouTube as a kind of a wall. You throw shit against it and see what sticks and what works and whatnot. I'm curious about how like brand Nicole Arbour has evolved since becoming a YouTuber.
I freaking love YouTube. I can't say enough good stuff for artists and creators and anything about YouTube because there's no one to answer to. That's the thing. So I had been censored, dumbed down on every single thing I'd ever done on TV ever, including my stand-up special. They edited the crap out of my stand-up, which to me I'm like, those are my babies. Like I made that. You're altering my sense of humor. It's cool that I have a stand-up special, but like you changed my jokes by cutting off the end. So it's the first time that I get to just do whatever I want. So it's amazing and it's awesome. And I get called in for a TV show, something like last week, and they're like, hey, we might want you to host this thing. And I can nail it easily because I'm so used to just talking to a camera. It's just a whole bunch of, again, entrepreneurs doing their own thing, whatever their thing is, being themselves, and like a wildly over-the-top gay man might not get a show on network TV being his I want to be in drag one day self, but on YouTube he could be a massive star. And you know, I could do one thing one day, I could do music on this day, this on this day, and just whatever you like it. Whatever you don't like it.
It's part really of how media and how the internet has totally changed the way that we access entertainment, right?
Yep.
Instead of people turning on the TV and choosing between the things that are being sent to us, instead you can go and choose
Take
your
what you
own
want.
your own
Adventure.
Adventure. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a choose your own adventure story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so people really do develop their more direct individualities.
Yeah.
However much advertisers are trying to sneak in there and control it.
They're sneaking in there, but brands aren't bad. I don't think brands are bad in like YouTubing or anything because a lot of times they're supporting us. So if I want to make a massive production, kind of like my old Bang Bang video and stuff, it costs money. It does. Like I pulled a lot of favors and strings on that one, but it costs money. So I could go to an awesome brand and say, hey, this one got this many views. Want to attach a brand that makes sense to the next project I'm doing, and then it gets funded and I get to make this big, huge, crazy thing. So I think it's like a really cool, you know, synergy we have going on. I just turned into a 35-year-old white man in a boardroom. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I did this, I said synergy.
That's all right. You're
Suddenly,
there.
Yeah,
suddenly we're in search engine maximization.
wow. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much SEO. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's good. I think the brands coming in are good.
You've been performing forever, as we had
Yeah.
talked about. Have you ever had to kind of keep a Joe job? Like, what's your worst job ever?
Worst job? Well, like, you know, I went through. I was lucky. I went straight from college to being a Raptors dancer, like a Raptors cheerleader, to my Joe jobs that I would say were actual Joe jobs included like working at Hooters, which I did on purpose to finish my collection. Because I had been a Bud girl, like a Coors girl, Raptor girl. I'd been all these like different girls, and then like a Sunshine girl. I was like, I have to be a Hooters girl. Like it occurred to me one day that like while I'm still a girl and not yet a woman, as Brittany would say, I have to be a Hooters girl. So I walked in, I'm like, listen, this is my thing. I need to be a Hooters girl. So then they were like, okay. Like it just was like, okay, you're hired.
You just wanted to make some money?
Well, yeah,
Hooters?
it was like make money. It was literally to do the collection though. I had
Yeah.
this weird thing in my head that I wanted to do with them all. But I had a great freaking time working at Hooters. I actually got my break for TV from working at Hooters. I was making fun of some buddies of mine that were on the Jays while watching a game and serving some guys, and I was making fun of them. And this one guy was like, oh my God, you're so freaking funny. Like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I'm a comedian and blah, 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 because I was at Yuck Yuck at the same time. And they're like, yo, we're going to make a phone call 1 second. They called someone right then. They were from the Fan 590. The next day I was on Off the Record. And then I was on Off the Record 10 times. And then from Off the Record I was seen and I got put on video on trial. So then I was at Much, and then everything went from there. So if I had not worked at Hooters, I wouldn't have met those guys who got me put on that show.
You heard it here first, girls. Get your tits out.
Tits out. Tits out. Let's do it.
What is the proudest moment of your life so far?
This interview.
Oh,
Being at the
love you.
only. Yeah, that's right.
the
that's
audio.
right. Yeah.
Don't fuck with us.
Sorry, I don't fuck with you. Okay.
What is the proudest moment of your life?
I would have to say, like, I had a bunch of cool milestones in my personal life, but recently I had a mom write me a really long email how her daughter was suicidal and really didn't feel good about herself and had eating disorders and a whole bunch of stuff. Started watching my videos. I had a particular one about why self-harm is stupid on YouTube, and her daughter watched it, hated me at first because I was saying everything she didn't want to hear, but now her daughter is a full year clean of self-harm and hurting herself, and went to college and got a Go Team tattoo, and her life is totally different. So feeling that, I'm like, holy crud, what I do, my nonsense, my silliness with realness in it is affecting people, and it made me feel really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can cheers to that.
That
You
that
didn't
is
see
a
that
that is a
coming.
very proud moment.
Yeah, I'm proud.
So like it must make you feel like you, in that sense, you were an effective role model
Yes.
for a young girl.
And wow, I did it in a bikini. Imagine
Yeah.
that. Wow.
I don't think that's possible.
it happened.
I feel like in general, feminism has become kind of a hot topic over the last year or so
Yeah.
with Beyonce and that Flawless song and
Yeah.
that like feminist speech in the middle, Emma Watson, all the rest of it. And how do you feel about feminism?
Feminism is, it's so funny because obviously it had a bad name before, and it was like, we burn our bras and don't shave our armpits, but that's not at all what it is. It's, hey, we're awesome, and not only can we have a baby on our hip while looking fly and also working and managing things, but we're powerful forces that deserve to be paid the same amount of money as a man, who aren't, you know, like, I get into like a rage almost about it because
Rage.
Rah, flip table,
Please no.
turn green. I'm just kidding. I just think that it's what's next in, you know, there was the revolution where, you know, people weren't slaves anymore. There was different revolutions in time, and I believe the next revolution is for women. And yeah, we can vote, but like, come on, there's a lot that we're not equal on. And it's damn time. And I think a lot of that comes with women embracing their sexuality too, so that we're not, you know, the little side piece to the powerful man. And we could be the boss bitches too.
What about stand-up, Nicole? Are you still doing stand-up?
I stand up every day. Sorry, that was such a bad joke. Bad jokes have feelings.
Still
too.
got real laughs though.
Okay, cool.
I got a really good kick out of that.
I'm glad. I'm really glad. Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing about stand-up. I come up with funny ideas, and I could go on stage and work out those ideas in small rooms, and then eventually work it into a stand-up special or whatever. Or I can take those same ideas, put it in my video this week on YouTube, and it just got seen by 2,000 plus people instantly. So I'd rather do that, and I like constantly changing stuff up. You could be a comedian, you do stand-up, you work the same 10 jokes for 7 years, and then hopefully get on Letterman. I'm like, I'm gonna go the YouTuber route, keep pumping out stuff, and do it that way.
Thank you so much, Nicole Arbour. It has been an absolute pleasure having you to have beers with us.
Thanks for having me. This was random and awesome.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Cheers.
Bye.